This is phak news, and if you believe it, you're an idiot. Subject: interesting story. Here's what it looks like when all the pieces are sewn together. It smells like conspiracy and treason. Everyone needs to read this, slowly and patiently, because it's very important. From 2001 to 2005, there was an ongoing investigation into the Clinton Foundation. A grand jury had been impaneled. Governments from around the world had donated to the charity. Yet from 2001 to 2003, none of those donations to the Clinton Foundation were declared. Now you would think that an honest investigator would be able to figure this out. Look who took over this investigation in 2005. None other than James Comey. Coincidence? Guess who was transferred into the Internal Revenue Service to run the tax exemption branch of the IRS? None other than Lois B. on the lookout, Bolo Lerner. Isn't that interesting? But this is all just a series of strange coincidences, right? Guess who ran the tax division inside the Department of Injustice from 2001 to 2005? No other than the Assistant Attorney General of the United States, Rod Rosenstein. Guess who was the director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation during this time frame? Another coincidence, just an anomaly in statistics and chances, but it was Robert Mueller. What do all four casting characters have in common? They all were briefed and/or were frontline investigators into the Clinton Foundation investigation. Another coincidence, right? Fast forward to 2009. James Comey leaves the Justice Department to go and cash in at Lockheed Martin. Hillary Clinton is running the State Department, official government business, on her own personal email server. The Uranium One issue comes to the attention of the Hillary. Like all good public servants do, supposedly looking out for America's best interest, she decides to support the decision and approve the sale of 20% of U.S. uranium to no other than the Russians. Now you would think that this is a fairly straight-up deal, except it wasn't. America got absolutely nothing out of it. However, prior to the sales approval, no other than Bill Clinton goes to Moscow, gets paid $500K for a one-hour speech, then meets with Vladimir Putin at his home for a few hours. Okay, no big deal, right? Well, not so fast. The FBI had a mole inside the money laundering and bribery scheme. Robert Mueller was the FBI director during this time frame. Yep. He even delivered a uranium sample to Moscow in 2009. Who was handling that case within the Justice Department out of the U.S. Attorney's Office in Maryland? None other than Rod Rosenstein. And what happened to the informant? The Department of Justice placed a gag order on him and threatened to lock him up if he spoke out about it. How does 20% of the most strategic asset of the United States of America end up in Russian hands when the FBI has an informant, a mole providing inside information to the FBI on the criminal enterprise? Very soon after, the sale was approved. $145 million in donations made their way into the Clinton Foundation from entities directly connected to the Uranium One deal. Guess who was still at the Internal Revenue Service working the charitable division? None other than Lois Lerner. Okay, that's all just another series of coincidences. Nothing to see here, right? Let's fast forward to 2015. Due to a series of tragic events in Benghazi, and after the 9 investigations, the House, Senate, and its State Department, Trey Gowdy, who is running the 10th investigation as chairman of the Select Committee on Benghazi, discovers that the Hillary ran the State Department on an unclassified, unauthorized, outlaw personal email server. He also discovered that none of those emails had been turned over when she departed her public service as Secretary of State, which was required by law. He also discovered that there was top-secret information contained within her personally archived email. Sparing you the State Department's cover-up, the nostrums they floated, the delay tactics that were employed, and the outright lies that were spewed forth from the necks of the Kerry State Department, we shall leave it with this. They did everything humanly possible to cover for Hillary. Now this is amazing. Guess who became FBI director in 2013? None other than James Comey. who secured 17 no-bid contracts for his employer, Lockheed Martin, with the State Department and was rewarded with a $6 million thank you present when he departed his employer. Amazing how all those no-bids just went right through at State, huh? Now he is the FBI director in charge of the Clinton email investigation after. Of course, his FBI investigates the Lois Lerner matter at the Internal Revenue Service and he exonerates her. Nope. Couldn't find any crimes there. In April 2016, James Comey drafts an exoneration letter of Hillary Rodham Clinton. Meanwhile, the DOJ is handing out immunity deals like candy. They didn't even convene a grand jury. Like a lightning bolt of statistical impossibility, like a miracle from God himself, like the true gangsta Comey is, James steps out into the cameras of an awaiting press conference on July the 8th of 2016 and exonerates the Hillary from any wrongdoing. Do you see the pattern? It goes on and on. Rosenstein becomes asked. Attorney General Comey gets fired based upon a letter by Rosenstein. Comey leaks government information to the press. Mueller is assigned to the Russian investigation sham by Rosenstein to provide cover for decades of malfeasance within the FBI and DOJ, and the story continues. FISA abuse, political espionage. Pick a crime. Any crime, chances are. This group and a few others did it. All the same players. All compromised and conflicted. All working fervently to not go to jail themselves. All connected in one way or another to the Clintons. They are like battery acid. They corrode and corrupt everything they touch. How many lives have these two destroyed? As of this writing, the Clinton Foundation, in its 20-plus years of operation of being the largest international charity fraud in the history of mankind, has never been audited by the Internal Revenue Service. Let us not forget that Comey's brother works for DLA Piper, the law firm that does the Clinton Foundation's taxes. The person that is the common denominator to all the crimes above and still doing her evil escape legal maneuvers at the top of the three-letter USA agencies? Yep, that would be Hillary R. Clinton. Now, who is Lisa Barsoomian? Let's learn a little about Mrs. Lisa H. Barsoomian's background. Lisa H. Barsoomian, an attorney that graduated from Georgetown Law, is a protege of James Comey and Robert Mueller. Barsoomian, with her boss R. Craig Lawrence, represented Bill Clinton in 1998. Lawrence also represented Robert Mueller 3 times, James Comey 5 times, Barack Obama 45 times, Kathleen Sebelius 56 times, Bill Clinton 40 times, and Hillary Clinton 17 times. Between 1998 and 2017, Barsoomian herself represented the FBI at least 5 times. You may be saying to yourself, okay, who cares? Who cares about the work history of this Barsoomian woman? Apparently someone does, because someone out there cares so much that they've purged all Barsoomian court documents for her Clinton representation in Hamburg versus Clinton in 1998, and its appeal in 1999 from the D.C. District and Appeals Court dockets. Paye. Someone out there cares so much that even the internet has been purged of all information pertaining to Barsoomian. Historically, this indicates that the individual is a protected CIA operative. Additionally, Lisa Barsoomian has specialized in opposing Freedom of Information Act requests on behalf of the intelligence community. Although Barsoomian has been involved in hundreds of cases representing the D.C. office of the U.S. Attorney, her email address is lisabarsoomian@nih.gov. The NIH stands for National Institutes of Health. This is a tactic routinely used by the CIA to protect an operative by using another government organization to shield their activities. It's a cover, so big deal, right? What does one more attorney with ties to the U.S. intelligence community really matter? It deals with Trump and his recent tariffs on Chinese steel and aluminum imports, the border wall, DACA, everything coming out of California, the uni-party unrelenting opposition to President Trump, the Clapper leaks, the Comey leaks, Attorney General Jeff Sessions' recusal, and subsequent 14-month nap with occasional forays into the marijuana legalization mix. And last but not least, Mueller's never-ending investigation into collusion between the Trump team and the Russians. Why does Barsoomian, CIA operative, merit any mention? Because she is Assistant Attorney General Rod Rosenstein's wife. You decide, phak news or real. Meet Lisa H. Barsoomian, the wife of who? WG1WGA. The greatest communications event in history. Only small secrets need to be protected. The large ones are kept secret by the public's incredulity. Marshall McLuhan, HT at Lionel Media. This link was the first response in the comments section to the above article. Hope. This is completely phak news.